the opportunity call for Wednesday night, and it's literally blown me away tonight. Every night it blows me away. Every time I go on it, it really does blow me away. But tonight, it was like it hit differently. I don't know if it's because things that have been going on. I don't know what it is, but it hit differently tonight. And then I think part of it was because in the chat about 5 weeks ago, I spoke to a friend of mine who I just messaged her and asked her if she was okay. She said she wasn't. She had different things going on, and I asked her to come onto the Zoom. I said to her, just come on it, and she said that she didn't really know if she could. She didn't really feel like she was able to. Anyway, she did. She came on it. She had a camera off. Tonight, every Wednesday and Friday, she's been on the calls. Every Wednesday and Friday, she got a 10-day experience off me. And I've spoken to her a few other times on Zooms. As well over the last few weeks. Tonight, Callum asked us to write in the chat a couple of words, what ketones had done for you, done for us, like how had it hit us, how had it changed us, and I typed mine, and then as I looked up, I seen it, and it said couldn't even turn my camera on 5 weeks ago. And they said about her mood's been lifted and her energy. And I was just like, wow, that's my lady, right? I'm not going to say the name, so I'm just going to say my lady. I was like, oh my gosh. And it got me because I thought, you're right. 5 weeks ago, I was like asking you to come on here and you were telling me that you couldn't. And then you came on it with no camera on, and now you're getting involved in a chat in front of about 80, 90 people. And then she wrote her why. And it just said, so my children don't see me cry anymore. And I just thought, as a mum, that's what you don't want to happen. You don't want your children to see you cry. Cry sad tears because of how you feel, because of your low mood, because of you've got no self-worth, and that by having this in your life, it helps you to see yourself for who you actually are. And you know what? You're actually fucking amazing. You're amazing. Everybody is. Everyone's got something to give to somebody else, or has got something that they can give to themselves. But you don't, we beat ourselves up so much, we don't believe it. And we can't see it because we're so wrapped up in the world, how our brains are like literally mashed, and that's exactly how I was. So I got that tonight. I understood that because I thought that's exactly where I was. And that is why I reached out to her, and that is why I wanted her on the call. And I messaged her, I took a picture of it and messaged her, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm absolutely emotional wreck after seeing you write that. And she said, what happened to her was probably the best thing that did happen to her, because it got her to where she is now. And I thought, exactly, sometimes you've got to go to the very, very bottom, for you to allow something to come into your life to take you to the top. And that's exactly what happened with me. I went right to the bottom. And because I was at the bottom, I thought, may as well give this a go. What have I got to lose? And it took me straight to the top. It took me straight to the top of how I feel. And that's what it's done as well for this lady. I'm now in talks with this lady. I've been in talks with her for a couple of weeks now about her joining the team, becoming a promoter, because she wants to share her experience with everybody else. She wants everybody else to feel as good as she feels. And she wants to help other people. And that's what it's about. You know, a few weeks ago, she couldn't leave the house. She wouldn't leave the house. I kept saying to her, your experience is here. Do you want to come and get it? And she kept making excuses. And in the end, I was like, I'll come to you. You know, because I thought, she's not leaving the house. I knew what she was doing. She didn't want to come out. She didn't want to leave the house. And again, exactly where I was. I couldn't leave the house. You know, I would literally sit inside this house. I remember trying to go for a walk, and I put my trainers on thinking, right, I'm going to go for a walk today. I put my trainers on. I got to my front door, and I literally had this feeling of, no, I can't do it. Can't do it. I had to go food shopping, went to go to do that. No, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Then one day, I had the drink and I went out for a walk, because I could see the world for what it is. I could see it I could see the day, the moment for what it actually was, not what my head was making it. My head was making it, everything bad was making me like think things were going to happen to me when I went outside, and I was paranoid, and obviously nothing was going to happen to me, and no, it wasn't. But I felt I didn't feel good enough to walk around the street. I didn't feel good enough to leave the house. I didn't think anybody would want to see me. And you know what? I'm not saying anybody does. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that. But I thought, if anyone sees me, they'd be like, oh, you know, maybe people do. I don't know. But do you know what? I'm not arsed now. But I was. I'm not bothered now, like. But I was, you know, and it was a horrible, horrible feeling. I doubted every aspect of my life. I doubted myself as, I doubted myself as Kat. Didn't think I was good enough to be myself. I doubted myself as a mum, as a friend, as a partner. I've doubted myself as a daughter. Everything. And do you know what? Now I don't doubt myself, because I know I've done the best I can do. And if that's not good enough for some people, then maybe that's their issue, not mine. You know, and that's what ketones have helped me to see. They've helped me to see that focus, get that focus back in my life. And that's what I needed. You know what? If you can do one thing this week, one thing on Friday night, there's another opportunity call. Get on it. Just get on it. You don't need to sign up for anything. You don't need to put your camera on. You don't even need to tell us you've been on it. Get the link. Get the link from myself or Ian, and get on the call, because you might be sitting there now thinking, I don't want this. Why? Right, why? Because you don't know what it's about. Because you don't know it. That could be why. You don't know enough about it. Think it's a fat burner. It's not. Right, it's not. And that's what I've come up against. People thinking that's what it is. It's not. At all. At all. It's all about the mind. Mind. Yeah, okay? It can help aid fat loss. Like anything can. Like a protein shake can. A diet shake can. Right? It can. But you've got to be in a calorie deficit. Anyway, we're not going into that, because I'm going to go off onto something else otherwise. Right? It's about the mind. So you might be sitting there thinking it's not for you, but you know what? It could be for somebody you know. So you might hear somebody saying that they're suffering with low mood, or something, you know, they're suffering in different ways. And how many times have you sat there and thought, when you've been feeling rubbish, and thought, do you know what, if there was something that could make me feel better, if there's something that could lift this mood, there is. There is. And I want to get the word out to as many people as possible, because do you know what? It saved me. It saved me from who I was spiraling out of control into. And yeah, it might not be for you. I don't know why it wouldn't, but it might not be. But it could help somebody that you know. So do you know what? I'm asking you just one thing this week. It's 30 minutes. 30 minutes of your life, out of your whole week. Get on the call on Friday. Feel the buzz. Just for 30 minutes, be part of that community and feel the energy. Like I've said, I've spoken to people about it, and they've said, I've sent information to people, and they've just said, thank you so much. Thanks for the information. I'll keep hold of that. And if I know anybody that want that it could benefit, I'll let them know. Sound? Laughing, amazing, thank you. Because that's all it is. It's understanding it. It's at the education side of it, and that's what's lacking. Because it's new. It's still in pre-launch stage in the UK and Europe. It's a new product. So, you know what? Just do one thing. It could really help somebody you know. On Friday, 8 o'clock, the opportunity call. Thank you.